Prime Minister's been accused of sabotaging his own campaign for the UK to remain in the EU by changing how people register to vote. It means many young people could miss out on the chance to have their say. Young voters are seen as crucial to the Remain cause, with almost twice as many of them wanting to stay in the EU as those aged over 65. With me now is reality TV star Joey Essex, who's working on a new EU referendum programme. And
wow,
breathe.
I made it.
Flipping it. Where have you been?
I don't know where I've been. I've been all over the place.
Goodness, you were supposed to be here at 3:30.
I know. I didn't mean it. I think my watch was wrong. Everything was wrong. You know what I mean? But I made it. I'm here.
Tell me about your
show. It's Educating Joey Essex. I don't know if you've ever seen the show before on ITV2.
Of course.
And it's about the EU referendum. So yeah, I mean, I'm learning about it. In a brief example, way of me explaining it is really, are we in or are we out?
Yeah.
That's all I know.
OK, so tell us about the programme in a bit more detail. What have you done so far and who have you been talking to?
I've interviewed Nigel Farage again.
And what did he say?
I don't know really. He's quite fronty, isn't he? He's quite one of them people, very outspoken, very just like in your face, like he don't really care about much. And,
do you like him?
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, he's not a friend, but he's a nice guy. And,
did you have a pint with him?
Pardon?
Did you have a beer with him?
I didn't. He actually invited me to have a pint with him last year, but I didn't turn up.
Oh.
We went to fish and chips instead.
Were you late?
Yeah. No, I'm joking. No, but I interviewed Nick Clegg.
Right. You like Nick Clegg. I've read before that you like Nick Clegg.
Well, I just think Nick Clegg comes across as, like, he's quite, I don't know, he comes across more, like, quite honest. I don't know whether he's, like, fibbing that or he's putting on the front, but he does. He comes across...
He's a politician.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all the same, really, aren't they? They're all doing the same job. But then again, although they're all doing the same job, they're all in it for the same reason. They're all just trying to win, no matter what anyone says. They all want to win. Selfish, isn't it?
Who else have you spoken to?
What in this one? On this show, politicians. I haven't.
Jeremy Corbyn.
I think I'm meeting Jeremy Corbyn tomorrow.
What are you going to ask him?
I don't really know. What should I ask him, Kay?
Well, I think you should ask him. If it were me, if I was being your producer, I would say I would want to know whether he really is in or out, because he's on the surface he's an inner. But he doesn't seem to be being particularly positive, and he's certainly not taking to the hustings.
What, so he's saying 50-50?
No, he's saying that he is in favour of staying in, but he's not been very vocal about it. He's not been very outspoken about it.
Oh, like he's not putting it, he's not laying the cards out properly?
No, he's not.
But why?
I don't know, that's a question you should be
asking. But he's a politician,
him.
isn't he?
Yeah.
So why is he not doing that? Surely he should be screaming that now. I don't know.
That's the question you're going to ask him, hopefully.
Who are you, in or out?
Me, I can't say.
Why?
Because of the Communications Act in 2003 and also Ofcom, we have to be very balanced in our coverage. So if we do quite a lot of in coverage, then we have to do quite a lot of out coverage, so that people who are watching were not influencing how they feel.
Oh, right, OK.
So I couldn't say which way I was going to vote.
So sort of a bit like me, then?
But which way are you going to vote?
I don't know yet.
You do, though, don't you?
I don't know.
You do. I can tell that you do.
Well, no,
which way are you wavering towards? Because you can say I can't.
This is the honest truth, right? So I went to a debate the other day. Never been to a debate anything. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Who was debating? What was it about?
Nigel Farage was there, Nick Clegg. Obviously, they was on different sides. There was all these other politicians. I can't really remember much of their names. But they was all screaming and shouting, and the audience was sort of like, it was sort of like a 50-50 audience, honestly. Like, that some people were saying in, some people were saying out. The only thing with the out people, so Nigel Farage's crew, they was a lot more stronger in their sense, because they was more, you know, they're more. I feel like they've got more. I don't know. I feel like they feel a lot more confident.
They're more passionate, aren't they?
They're more passionate. That's what I'm saying. But it was 50-50, and for me, it's 50-50. Nick Clegg, you know, I feel like he is a bit. I don't know, like he's a bit afraid to say what he wants to actually say. But I suppose it's harder for that side of it, the inside of it, to explain themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
To actually say why we should stay in. It's easier for the outies to say why we should be out. But I generally think it's 50-50.
So if you're talking to young people, and I'm sure you will be, because that's who your programme's aimed at, what sort of things are you taking into account? You know, what do you think might influence young people to vote one way or the other?
Well, I'm not really sure on that, only because I don't know myself yet, and I've only just started this journey. So, I mean, I've done like 1 or 2 days of filming so far, but I mean, what I'm trying to do is when I done the show last year, I done a show about politics. You know, I had kids come up to me on the street, you know, 14, 15-year-olds saying, "Oh my God, like, you know, now I know how to vote." like generally come up to me saying thank you and stuff like that. So that's sort of my aim, really, just to try.
Which way did you vote in the general election?
Oh, I'm not going to say that. I kept
Why
it to
not?
myself. I don't know. I think it's quite something that I want to keep.
Are you a bit embarrassed, or is it because you're not confident enough with your politics yet? Or
no, not at all.
Have you ever thought about being a politician?
I'm the most confident person in the world, but I just feel like something like that should be kept to yourself. I told my dad. That's the only person I told.
Okay, I suppose. One of the problems, I don't know if it's a problem or not, but here in the United Kingdom, we're very, very cagey about which way we vote. Whereas if it was in the United States, you'd be straight out there shouting from the rooftops who you were planning to vote for.
Yeah, well, lucky I'm not American.
So who else are you going to talk to? Jeremy Corbyn, you said?
Yeah, Jeremy Corbyn tomorrow. Is that Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
the leader
tomorrow.
Of the Labour Party.
Yeah, I think he's in Bristol.
Okay.
So I think I'm travelling down to Bristol tonight to try and catch him. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be there. I hope he is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure he will be.
Yeah.
Now, you've also been doing a programme about the Queen, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Tell us about that.
I'll give you a little exclusive, actually. You know what? I don't know if it's exclusive, but...
Closer in.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I didn't know that Prince... When he came up to me, right, so Prince Philip actually came up to me.
Duke of Edinburgh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Queen's husband,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's right.
He came up to me and he was like... He was telling me to jump the barrier because obviously the Queen was walking through the road.
Lucky you didn't get shot.
I know, exactly. The police come up to me straight away and I was like... Lucky you didn't jump that barrier. I was gutted, though, because I wish I did jump the barrier because I would have just blamed it on the Queen's husband. I would say, well, he told me to do it. They couldn't have tasered me or something, could they?
Yeah, they'd have shot you.
They probably would have, but it would have been his fault, so they would have shot me.
Yeah, they would.
Really?
Yeah, they would. If they for one second thought that their Majesty was under any threat whatsoever, I'm afraid that's what would have happened. Other thing, while I've got you, apparently I was looking at something today that was saying that Camelot, you know, the people that do the National Lottery,
Yeah.
the most successful, the luckiest place in the whole of the United Kingdom is the RM postcode. I'm guessing that's yours, is it, Ron? You don't have to tell me the rest of your postcode.
It's not RM, no.
No?
But that is, I think
it's Essex.
That is in
yeah,
Essex.
Yeah.
Why?
So apparently you're lucky. People in Essex are really lucky when it comes to the...
Do you know what? I heard something on the radio on the way here, right? And it said my name. And I couldn't... but by the time I turned it up, I couldn't actually hear it. But I know they've mentioned someone's name before in the public eye on the Camelot Lotto. I don't know who it was. But when I was on my way here, they said something about... They said, Joey Essex, blah, 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 Joey Essex. And then they changed it. And I think it was something to do with the lotto. It might have been.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
That is, yeah.
Is that
you might be lucky.
Is there an advert?
Yeah, yeah.
There is an advert, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew
so maybe
that.
buy a lottery ticket this weekend.
Maybe I should.
Okay. Final thought, just before we let you go. You're making a programme, so you're filming us, filming you.
Yeah.
When's it being screened? And
I think this one may air on I think it's the rather 23rd of June.
Oh, that's on election night?
Yeah.
And referendum night?
No, actually, it's a few days before that, so it might be on the 18th or 19th.
Okay. And when will you decide which way you're going to vote?
The Queen's one is on the 12th of June.
Okay.
I'm going to decide at the end of my education.
Excellent. Hopefully it's helped today.
Yeah. Well, I hope I help others. That's what I want to do. I want to help the youth and help people.
Great to see you. Yeah. Sorry, we're out of time.
Thank you.
Thanks.